All right, here's a breakdown of lick 1. Okay, so we have kind of a basic sequence here. Starting off down here on the note D. And then I'm always moving up to the next scale note from wherever I left off. So here to end the first part of the sequence, ending on the note E, and then I start up on the note A. For the next one, then I move up to E. Then we move up to the note B, and that's going to end kind of the first part of the lick. Do notice I changed that last note there, just to make it a little easier to get into this next part where we're going to do this ascending fours pattern. And there's a couple ways you could pick through that. You could just pick every note if you wanted to. Or you could do something like, what I kind of like to do is where you pick the first note, hammer on the second, and then you just pick the next two. And then you just keep going up. So it's up to you what you do right there. You could also, during the first sequence, you could also pick all of those notes as well, so it's up to you. All right, here is a breakdown of lick 2. So the basic idea right here is we have this pattern that we're going to keep repeating through all of these changing chords, and then just on the last bar on that A minor chord, we'll start to change it up so we have like a kind of a satisfying ending for it. So the basic pattern is this. So I have 15, 12, 15, 12. Very typical classic rock lick just from that alone. And then the second half of this is 15, 12, 17, 12. So we can combine the two together. So a cool idea here is just taking two basic, just like pentatonic scale patterns, and then sticking them together to make like a slightly longer one. And then we're just repeating it through all these chord changes. We're going to do that for the first 3 bars, and then on the 4th bar, we're going to change it up a little bit so we have like kind of an ending to it. So we'll have that part's the same, and then for the ending, just ending on the tonic note right there. As far as playing this, I'm doing kind of a combination of picking and picking and pulling off for this. So I've got those are all picks and pull-offs, but you could also pick all those notes too. And that can sound a little bit more aggressive and just give you a bit of a different sound out of it. All right, here is lick number 3. We have kind of like this rolling pattern that we're going to do for this. So we'll start off like this. So notice I'm rolling my 3rd finger right there from the D string over to the G string. So, and I'm starting with like a lower note, and then going up to the next higher note in the pentatonic scale there. But in this case, like the lower 2 notes, E, D, E, that pattern stays the same. So, and then all we're going to do is move that over a string, and just kind of move it up through the scale. So now we'll start over on the B string. Again, still just using notes from the E minor pentatonic. And then on this bar, we'll change it up just a little bit. So it starts off the same. And then here's our kind of pseudo ending for it. And then we'll do a kind of a bend here. Just to kind of wrap it up. So those last 2 bars will sound like this. lots of vibrato in those last couple of notes. Maybe like a little bit of a slide off at the end too. All right, lick number 4 is a pretty straightforward one right here. We're just going to have basically the same picking sequence, just move down through the pentatonic scale, sort of like a 3-note per string E minor pentatonic scale. So we'll do this. Starting up on the 17th fret right there, I'm using this type of shape here. So I'm coming down 3 notes in the scale on a single string, and then just to a single note on the next string. And then I'm just starting each of those licks on like the higher note on each of the strings. I'm just holding out that D note slightly at the end. And then just resolving it there at the end. All right, here's lick number 5. I'll just play this slow and then break it down. Okay, so what's cool about this one is we're starting on the flat 5 of the scale. So this is kind of more of a blues scale type of idea. Starting with this. And we're going to take that same sequence and move it up through the scale. And then starting on the B note right there, and then starting on the D note. Moving it up, starting on the E note. Starting on the note E, and starting on the note A. Big bend with lots of vibrato at the end. So that slowly again.